up a lot and limit their grade A's. And so I think just sticking with that throughout the game and then finding our spots to get a couple is huge.
What does this win mean for the rebuild that Marty has helped catalyze this group?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a big moment. I think when you look at that kind of stuff, right? Like young group, young team, so to be able to rise to the occasion in a big game like this, I think just shows what we're capable of, and that we're a hard team to beat in this. Where we're at right now.
How did Marty help you all today, specifically in those biggest, most stressful moments?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely had a good speech there in the second intermission, and just kind of talking about the opportunity that's in front of us, regardless of what's happened before that, and kind of put that in the past. But he's played in a lot of big games himself, and he knows the moment's big. And for us, kind of talking about what we worked through all year to kind of have this opportunity, I think we would have taken it at the beginning of the year. So.
Sorry if I make you repeat, but how magical was it for you to score that goal, and did you black out there?
Yeah, a little blackout for sure. Yeah, it's fun. It's kind of what you dream of when you're younger. It's those big moments, Game 7. So, like I said, it kind of took everyone, but nice to get it.
I'm sure it's impressed how months away, but what did you?
What made us successful all series. But yeah, we got away for it in the second. Dobes bailed us out. A couple guys, big plays, bailed us out, and we got the chance to have better for the third.
Ça a monté sur ma fenêtre. Je le regardais pour, ça semblait 10 secondes. Ça a finalement sorti comme dans leur zone. C'est pas le fun. Ouais.
Toi, comment tu te sens? C'était chic quand il est arrivé. C'est pas l'impression de dire qu'on continue, on est dans les 8 dernières équipes de cette saison-là.
Ouais, ça montre comment c'est pas facile à le faire. C'est motivant, puis c'est excitant. C'est sûr que j'ai hâte à continuer puis affronter Buffalo.
Défensivement, c'est une chose de bâtir un plan, mais de l'exécuter de cette façon-là. Je suis impressionné du niveau de concentration que vous capable de mettre dans la série.
Oui, c'est sûr que ce soir, c'est pas idéal. C'est un match parfait. Mais en même temps, on a trouvé une façon.
Tu es un gars de la place. Tu sais à quel point la passion des gens est grande. Ce soir, le Centre Bell était plein pour vous encourager. Comment tu penses que les gens à Montréal doivent se sentir? Ils sont passés aussi à travers une reconstruction comme vous autres, mais pour un gars de la place, ça fait quoi?
Oui, c'est sûr qu'il était patient avec nous aussi durant ces années-là. Puis il était là pour nous encourager, même quand c'est 5-0 en troisième période, puis il n'y avait pas grand-chose à regarder. Donc, je pense que ça, c'est quelque chose pour eux. Puis nous, on est excités de pas juste rester ici puis être correct avec ça.
Well, slice, my friend.
Cheers, bud.
Let's go. Take a bite. Hey.
Wow.
It's like old times.
Ouais, de continuer, puis juste pas être satisfait juste avec ça non plus.
Ça va être encore meilleur après une victoire.
Coop, what's the message to the team when you play such a hard-fought game? You don't give up any.
Committed and
First of all, I'll start with Nick. Obviously, you've been through a lot with this group. You guys finally make it to the second round as a team. How impressed are you with the way you guys were able to stay focused during this whole process, and especially the work from the guy alongside you?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we had a great start tonight. Coming out of the second period, they kind of just, put a lot of pressure on us. We didn't, weren't able to execute and, do the game plan very well. So, regrouping in the third period was huge for us, and we didn't want to end our season like playing like that again. So we knew we had to come out stronger, and Dobes was able to hold down the fort for us when we weren't playing that great. So definitely don't win that series without him.
Yeah, Nick, also, it might be hard to answer with Jakub sitting right next to you, but just how have you seen him mature throughout the year, that he would be able to handle these moments at this time of year the way he has?
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of saw it last year, coming in and playing some huge games for us down the stretch, and I think he's grown a lot as a goalie. He's super confident in himself, which you love to see, and he puts the work in every single day, and away from the rink and preparing himself to go into games in a proper mindset, which I learned a lot of his routine last night, which is pretty cool. So he's, I don't want to, he can tell you if you want to ask, but he's a gamer. He's been doing that since he got to our team, and we're going to need him to continue playing well as we go along here.
Yeah, Jakub, just first of all, talk a little bit about the shaving cream shower that you got from your fellow goalies at the end of the game, and then on a more serious note, that 26-minute span where your team didn't have a shot, you keep them in the game, and how far you've come. You just beat Vasilevsky's team head-to-head, when you just got the starting job a few months ago.
About the shaving cream, we have a great group of goalies, so I love those guys. They're awesome, but I can't wait for the next practice. I will have something prepared, but many times in the season the guys bail me out and help me out, and I try to do the same, and vice versa. Sometimes they don't play good, sometimes I don't play good, and they always got my back, I always got theirs, and that's our mentality. We have a really good group, good leaders, so just a really good locker room, so I will do anything. This wasn't anything special, it was just trying to keep the guys in it, and I was just waiting for them to get going, and that's exactly what happened, and I feel like we been through this a lot, and I'm excited for the second round.
Question for Nick: how big of a relief was the goal of Alex, knowing that you were guys a little bit struggling in the second period and the first part of the third as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's biggest goal of the series, and I thought we kept building our game in the third period, and I think great hand-eye coordination by Newey, and we kind of finally got to get some ozone time, and big moment, and he's been a big game player, so really happy for him, and definitely gave our group a lot of confidence and momentum for the rest of the period.
Nick, obviously you were here when you guys lost in the final, but you've also been here throughout this whole process of rebuilding and difficult seasons and a lot of losing, and you were always kind of steadfast in I want to start winning, I want to start winning, I want to start winning. Now that you're here, I think, quicker than any of us might have expected, maybe not you, but just how does that whole journey feel now that you've beat this team in this building with this group?
Yeah, I mean, after the Cup final, there's a lot of, tough times, and a lot of guys left, and, we started this rebuild, and, slowly but surely, we get, draft some really good players, and have an amazing coach. It's definitely been probably faster than most people expected, but when you get a lot of great players together with a great system and great leadership, things can turn quickly, and we're one of the youngest team. I don't know if we're the youngest team still, but we got a lot of gamers, and we got a lot of guys that want that moment and are able to raise their game to a different level.
We'll take 3 more questions. We'll go with Jean-François Chaumont.
Question for Nick. What can you say also about the character of this team, this young team, when you're able to get a Game 7 win on the road, and 3 times out of 4 you're winning on the road?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough building to play in. They play really well at home. The crowd's always into it. It's a chaotic environment out there, and we've been a really good road team all season long, and we knew we just needed to come in here tonight, and anything can happen in a Game 7. And I think all 7 games could have went either way to either team. It was definitely a chess match the whole time out there, and 2 very good teams going at it in round 1. You don't see that too often, but it's we're really happy to come out with the win in the series.
Question for Jakub. My colleague touched on it. How do you feel knowing that you beat Andrei Vasilevsky, who's obviously a future Hall of Famer, and pretty sure a goalie you looked up to when you were younger?
I don't know. I still cannot really process everything that's happening. I'm just inside. I'm really happy, but I think it's going to kick in later. I've dreamed big, I guess. I don't know. That's I always been a dreamer. Always wanted these moments, and this is definitely one of the coolest games and situations I've ever been. So yeah, really happy. But on another note, we have a tough opponent in Buffalo, and we got to reset and prepare for a good team.
For either of you or both of you, how was Marty able to help this team through the most challenging parts of this Game 7?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's one of the best coaches in the whole world, and I think the way he can find ways to seems like he says the right thing at every single situation and knows how to get the best out of his guys. Obviously no one was happy with that second period, and he comes in all fired up, getting us going for the third, really motivating the guys, and he's our leader, and everyone will do anything for him. So he's a hell of a coach, and he's only been doing this for a short period of time, so I can imagine he's going to continue to get better. He just loves what he does, and we love playing for him.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bring Marty shortly.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Martin. Tu es arrivé en 2022. Tu dis souvent que tu ne savais pas combien de temps ça allait prendre, qu'il y avait un processus. Aujourd'hui, vous gagnez une série. Le Centre Bell à Montréal était plein pour regarder ce match-là. En tant que gars de la place, qu'est-ce que tu penses que ça fait aux partisans qui ont aussi vécu cette reconstruction-là avec vous autres?
Bien, je pense qu'ils ont été patients avec nous autres. Je pense qu'ils ont compris notre processus. Ils ont supporté, soutenu. Je suis content pour les joueurs dans la chambre, pas juste pour les jeunes, les vétérans. Quand tu rebâtis de même, ça n'aide pas les vétérans. Mais je pense qu'ils ont vu ils ont supporté ce qu'on essayait de faire. Ils ont supporté les jeunes et tout. Puis je suis content pour toute cette gang-là. Puis c'est sûr pour nos fans aussi qu'ils ont soutenu beaucoup à travers tout ça. C'est une belle journée pour le Canadien.
Martin, probablement que tu ne voudras pas nous amener en détail dans le discours que tu as prononcé entre la 2 et la 3, mais les joueurs en ont parlé. C'était quoi l'essentiel du message que tu voulais leur transmettre?
Je pense qu'on venait juste de jouer notre pire période de la série. On ne s'est pas trop fait mal parce qu'ils ont juste scoré un but sur l'avantage numérique. Je trouve qu'on était quand même à la tâche défensivement, mais on n'était pas capable de flipper le momentum. Il a emmené beaucoup de pression, on s'est fait pogner fatigué, puis on n'était jamais capable de flipper le momentum. Fait que, quand tu reviens d'une période de même, c'est fatigant là, physiquement, mais mentalement, ça t'assomme un petit peu aussi. J'ai aimé notre première. Fait que quand tu sors d'une période que tu sais c'est tapé peut-être de la série, puis tu as besoin de gagner ce match-là, on a remis les choses sur la table, puis on a mis de la perspective. De où est-ce qu'on était. On était égal, il reste 20 minutes, 7e match. Oublie la dernière période. On va aller chercher le momentum, puis c'est comme ça qu'on a parlé comment on allait le rechercher. Puis j'ai aimé notre 3e.
Salut Martin, j'imagine qu'il y a encore des choses à computer pour toi, là, mais de finir ce match-là qui a été très serré, la série aussi, tu te retrouves dans la poignée de main avec John Cooper. Qu'est-ce qui te passe par la tête de réaliser ça? Pas seulement de passer au 2e tour, mais de le faire ici en plus à Tampa.
Bien, tu sais, ça fait combien de temps coupé dessus? 10 ans? Is it? Ben non, moi je 13. Non, 2013. Je fais échanger à 14, que je l'ai eu pour 1 an. Fait que 13 ans. Puis tu regardes leur étape. C'est quelque chose qu'on nous autres, on essaye de faire la même chose. C'est quoi le mot? Hein? Répliquer. On essaie de répliquer, reproduire ça. Puis c'est une organisation, c'est une équipe qui c'est comme les standards. Moi, je regardais beaucoup le Lightning quand je n'étais pas entraîneur du Canadien, avec raison. Puis c'est pas juste parce que j'ai joué pour le Lightning, mais c'est comment qu'ils jouent. Fait que... puis quand j'ai pris le poste d'entraîneur, mais je voulais avoir une équipe qui sont capables de jouer en possession, qui sont capables de se défendre, qui a un bon power play. Puis il y a beaucoup de choses que j'ai absorbé de ce que le Lightning ont fait. Puis j'ai essayé d'amener ça ici à Montréal. Puis c'est un gros défi d'aller battre cette équipe-là en première ronde. 2 équipes qui volent à la même altitude probablement, mais eux autres, ils ont plus d'expérience. Puis tu l'as vu durant la série, l'expérience qu'ils ont. Mais on a resté à la tâche à travers de tout ça, d'un haut et des bas. Puis on a appris beaucoup. Puis c'est sûr, même si on n'aurait pas gagné, on aurait appris beaucoup. Fait que le résultat, pour moi, c'est du bonus pour nous autres, puis là, on va continuer. On va essayer d'amener ça dans la prochaine ronde.
Bon, Olivier, Arpen et Eric. Ici au centre. Ça a été une série qui a demandé des ajustements constants dans les matchs, de match en match, une victoire chacun votre tour, etc. Comme entraîneur, toi, qu'est-ce que à quel point tu as évolué dans cette série-là, ou à quel point, toi, ça t'a fait, je veux dire, découvrir des choses ou justement évoluer comme entraîneur?
Ben, c'est des opportunités, comme tu dis, d'évoluer. Tu sais. Je sais, j'ai tweaké bien des affaires, des ajustements entre les matchs, des ajustements, je parle pas juste de ligne, puis des ajustements de structure un petit peu des fois, que ce soit des face-offs, comment qu'on sortit ou qu'est-ce qu'on fait si on gagne, whatever. Ça fait partie de ça. Tu sais, tu sais que l'autre bord, ils font la même chose. Fait que tu essaies de penser dans le futur, qu'est-ce qui s'en vient. Surtout sur les unités spéciales. Tu sais, qu'est-ce qu'ils vont faire demain à cause de qu'est-ce qu'ils ont vu aujourd'hui. Moi, c'est une partie de la game que j'adore. Comme joueur, j'adorais ça. D'essayer de trouver les trous. Puis comme entraîneur, mais tu sais, je pense que c'est quelque chose que je travaille fort là-dessus. Puis j'aime ça. Fait que c'est pas vraiment du travail. Tu sais, c'est une passion. Puis ça me fait évoluer.
Marty, early in this series, your captain was putting a lot of heat on himself for producing and all these things. And you know, I think at a certain point he flipped a switch and became a really impactful player. But tonight he gets on the board. You see in his celebration it was a little bit more enthusiastic than normal. He blocks the shot at the end. That kind of seals it. Just, you talk about your evolution. I mean, his evolution as a leader, as a player, as a guy who's leaned on a lot by your team. What did you see in this series from beginning to end?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like he just kept getting better as the series went on. I feel like players like Suzy, I think they just adapt and evolve. They learn from the previous game. They understand how the other team plays, you know, and they just find – I felt he was better and better at finding pockets. And, you know, defensively, I mean, I felt like he competed so hard and, you know, very courageous and stepping in front of big shots. You know, I think he led us through this series, you know, and I think everybody, you know, follows him.
We'll take 3 more questions. Eric, Mike, François Gagnon.
You talked a lot throughout the year about being able to win any type of game. What does it take to win in the playoffs, to beat a team like the Lightning? What does it take? What is the type of game that wins at this time of year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, playing strong defensively, which I think we did. But if you look at the 4 wins we got, right, the first win to me was, you know, 3 power play goals. You know, good goaltending, 3 power play goals. You know, the second win was, you know, bottom 6 line, bouncing back, you know, and the big overtime goal. You know, the third win was Game 5. Right? Was it Game 5, third win? Yeah, it was Game 5. You know, it was 2-2 in the third, and we caught him on the bad change. And, you know, Tex makes a big goal. And tonight, obviously, we, you know, well, we had 9 shots, 10 shots, right? And so I felt like tonight they deserved better. I felt like Game 6 we probably deserved better. You know, Dobes kind of stole the game, you know. Probably similar to the way Vazzy stole the game, Game 6, in my mind. So you need a little bit of everything, you know, and I think that's what we got this series. Like tonight, big goal by Suzy, and we got a bounce with Newey, right? So it's not one thing. Got to find a way, and I feel like we did it differently.
Yeah, Marty, there's footage after the game of you running into the dressing room and pounding your chest in front of your players like that, and they're all screaming. Just, you know, some of them were just the origins of that, and your players are saying, like, you have a special bond with them. Like, I don't know if Torts has ever done that, but we haven't seen any footage of it. And just, you know, how you can sell, how you can sell, the relationship you have with your players and what a special moment that was, because one of the most special moments you had in your career was just down the hall in the other dressing room.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can't take the player out of me a little bit, right? And I try to, I don't try to be in the locker room a lot. Like, to me, this is their space. It's their team. It's not my team. I'm trying to steer them. But every now and then I've had moments with them, and I try to pick my spot. And obviously, like a night like tonight, you know, I wanted to be with them, and we had some fun.
Martin t'a parlé des jeunes. Tu sais que c'est une expérience, puis il a gagné. Mike Matheson, c'est pas un jeune, c'est sa première série qu'il gagne en carrière. est-ce que tu pourrais élaborer un peu sur sa contribution et puis sur ce que ça représente pour lui d'arriver là où vous êtes à un âge plus avancé?
Oui, mais depuis que Mike est arrivé, je pense qu'il joue un gros rôle sur notre équipe. Son rôle, il a peut-être changé un petit peu graduellement, mais le rôle qu'il a à jouer contre les gros joueurs, l'autre bord, se défendre, comment il se défend, tu as besoin de ça. Puis il n'y a pas un gars qui me fait peur offensivement quand que Mike est sur la glace. Parce que son patin, Mike, il se défend tellement bien. Fait que tu as besoin de ça. Je suis content pour lui. C'est un signe comment difficile que c'est dans la Ligue nationale. 32 équipes, 16 équipes font les séries. Puis là, c'est d'essayer d'avancer puis d'aller avec les 8 autres équipes. C'est pas facile. Ça prend beaucoup de choses. Mais ça prend des gars comme Mike pour aller chez une série.
Merci, Martin.
OK, merci.